in a certain phase by doing the assessments. So it really makes program design easy, especially for people starting out. NASM also has something similar where it is the OPT model, so optimum performance training. And it's 5 phases, which basically starts with stabilization and then goes into the strength and then powers at the end. So there's things like that where they lay it out, and make it easy to comprehend the information, easier. So,
okay.
I would say that they basically, all the tests, they're not going to ask you stuff that is subject to change in science and new information. So that's why you don't see a lot of nutrition on the test. All the exams will have a few questions about calories, calculating calories, how many calories are in a, carbohydrate, protein, vice versa. They'll also do, just general macronutrient recommendations. And as long as you know that stuff, then you're pretty much covered for all 3 of the exams. So.
Cool.
Yeah.
So, in terms of like the different study guides you have, I know that I found the one I purchased of yours through Amazon. So is Amazon the main platform you use for selling your books?
It's the main place that people purchase just because Amazon is so big. Everybody's on there. In my neighborhood, everybody has an Amazon box at their door like every other day. So it's just a major retailer. So that's where most people buy the guides. You can buy them at Barnes & Noble. They're available at most, major retailers. Most people do get the paperbacks because I like the paperbacks because you can write in them. Kindles are the same price. So some people like the Kindle too, so you can do both. But Amazon is the major place to get them, if you're interested. And it's all linked up. I have a Facebook page as well. That's where I communicate with you. That's where I can answer any questions anybody has. And I just try to keep it simple that way. It's the same as I don't have an Instagram and a bunch of other platforms. It's just Facebook, links to the Amazon, keep it simple for people. And, if you Google CPT Prep, or if you're in Facebook, CPT Prep, my page should come up. Same for Amazon, CPT Exam Prep. Or if you just Google ACE Study Guide or NASM Study Guide, it'll be one of the top ones up there. So
awesome.
Pretty easy to find, yeah.
And for those who are listening to the Squat Wisely podcast, if you go to Daniel's Facebook page that he just explained to you, for the first 3 people to say that Squat Wisely sent me, we'll get me, myself personally, from Squat Wisely, we'll get you whichever study guide you would like. So run down the whole list of study guides. We know they can get ACSM, but tell them the other ones that you have.
Okay, so currently we have ACSM, we have ACE, and we have NASM, which are basically the 3 main personal certifications that you can get nationally. We're currently working on Certified Strength and Conditioning Specialist, which is a little more involved. There's 2 separate tests, and that one will be out sometime in September, November. But just for the personal trainer exams, we have ACSM, ACE, and NASM, and they're all available at the same landing page. So whichever one you decide to go with, they're all there for you.
Awesome. So guys, the first 3, and I'm sure Daniel will let me know, but the first people to go on his page saying Squat Wisely sent me, then you need to list the book that you want, and I'll be sure to get it ordered for you. And
it's so nice of you. I truly appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah. So, Daniel helped me out a lot. I didn't clarify it, but, I basically passed my exam, I feel, largely due to his guidance as well as the study guide. As always with anything, you do need to study, you do need to read the material, even when you pass the test, when you're working in the industry. You still want to know the content and information for yourself. But I also want people to really hone in on Daniel's books because fitness can be a great business for you. So if you want to think of an extra business, times are getting hard for a lot of people and jobs are not as reliable as they used to be. You might want to give fitness a chance, and Daniel's guides could probably be the game changer for you.
Yeah, I really appreciate those kind words. I mean, it's so gratifying to hear, just the feedback that I get from people and hearing things like that and all the reviews that we get, where people, they say they comment things of how helpful it was. And it goes back to what I said, if you serve others and help people, it comes back around to you. And, that's my motto, just keep it simple, help people, and, do the best I can. And you had a really good point too about once you pass the exam, that's like when the learning begins. Like,
right.
the more you learn, the more you realize how much there is to learn. Like, I still learn new things every day. We're still on this path, everybody following curiosities and things you want to learn about. And especially in the fitness industry, with the nutrition and the science, it changes constantly. All the new studies and everything. So keeping up with it is important,
Are you still training clients now?
For the past few months, I haven't been. I've been focusing solely on working on the guides. I'm going into doing this next certification. And, I got kids at home too. I got a 5.5-year-old and a 9-month-old boy. So I'm enjoying the time with them and, just try to be in the moment and spend a lot of time with them. That's another thing that is really important, being in the present moment and dictating your life as much as possible. Controlling yourself in the moment can really bring you the life you want. And it's not just about goals and, success business-wise. It's about your loved ones, your friends, your family, and really spending those moments, If you're too busy worrying about the future or the past, it's, you get caught up and you lose that precious moment that's in front of you. So, that's really important.
And you've given us so much wisdom already. We haven't even gotten to the part where we talk about a wise quote from the guest, but you've given us a lot of nuggets of wisdom. But if you still have a wise quote you'd like to share, either from yourself or someone that you respect, tell us about that quote. Tell us what makes it profound and why we should apply it to our own lives moving forward.
Okay, well, I actually have a list of about a dozen quotes framed. I mean, you can see it. I don't think the people that listening will be able to, but I have a whole list of quotes here framed. I see every day when I'm working. So I can pick a few off of here, kind of going along the same lines that I just said with being in the moment. There's one from Seneca, who was a Roman philosopher over 2,000 years ago. And he says, the greatest obstacle to living is expectancy, which hangs upon tomorrow and loses today. It says the whole future lies in uncertainty, so live immediately. And that quote to me just reiterates being in the present moment. If you're expecting things in the future, whether they're good or bad, or worrying about the past, or losing that time that you have to really make a change and dictate your life. Another great one that was actually up at the gym that I worked at. They had 2 locations locally, and huge letters on top of the wall. It was the quote from Aristotle, which is, we are what we repeatedly do. It says, excellence then is not an act, but a habit. And that's another great one that basically says, what you do on a daily basis, all those small things, those are what adds up. Those are the difference makers, whether it's eating good on a consistent basis or working towards your goal or working towards what you're trying to achieve. That's another great one that I like. It just reminds you to be consistent.
Very good, Daniel. You have given us some great wisdom, a lot of good stuff for us to live on and to reflect on. And I know for a lot of our fitness enthusiasts out there and fitness hopefuls, they will be very appreciative to get a hold of your work. And I know you'll help even more people like you helped me to rock their CPT exam. So thank you so much for your time today. It has been an honor for me. Thank you.
Likewise. Thank you so much, Kristen. I'd like to do it again in the future. Really appreciate it. Thanks for having me on my first podcast, and hopefully some people can take a few things that I said and help them out in their own lives.
Daniel, you offered the listeners some great takeaways today. We are so thankful for the time you offered us. For those who are listening, if you want to look into taking your personal trainer exam, then head over to Daniel's Facebook page. All you have to do is look up Personal Trainer Exam Prep. Again, that's Personal Trainer Exam Prep. If you haven't already liked Daniel's page, be sure to offer a like for his page. Also, leave a comment. You have to be one of the first 3 people to leave a comment to get one of the guides for free. All right, so there's only 3 free guides that will be available. So for the freebies, if you're one of the first 3 to comment on his Facebook page, just clarify that Squat Wisely sent me. And then you can also let it be known which of Daniel's study guides you'll like to receive. At that point, I'll be in touch with you to get your name, your address. You have to be comfortable with giving me, your personal information so we can make sure you get the study guide that you want. We'll be checking the date and time stamp so we'll know the order in which the posts are received. So if you're one of the first 3, you could very well get a free study guide and be well on your way to becoming a certified personal trainer. Now, there's good news. Daniel is pretty awesome. So even if you're not one of the first 3, what you can do is head over to the Squat Wisely Facebook page. And of course, as I always tell you, we're trying to grow our community on Facebook. Offer the Squat Wisely Facebook page a like. And then when you are there, I'm going to have a post on the page for different discount codes that will be available for the various guides. And so this is only for the Squat Wisely community. A special thanks to Daniel for offering this for our listeners. So you still get to win even if you're not one of the first 3. To get the specific discount codes, though, you'll have to go over to the Squat Wisely Facebook page, and all of that information will be there. Please try to like the page while you're over there. If you are not subscribed to the podcast yet, all you have to do is head over to iTunes and search Squat Wisely. You can subscribe there. If you are an Android user, head over to Stitcher and search Squat Wisely, and you can subscribe there. Guys, thank you so much for listening. I'll be back next time to do this all over again.
Jordis A1 Solutions has a fitness solution just for you. For your personal training needs, we serve clients who reside in Atlanta, Georgia, and nearby cities. We also help clients to achieve their goals online as well. To inquire, visit Jordis.com. Jordis is Jortis.
You've been listening to the Squat Wisely podcast. Professor Kristen Hester is a philosophy professor, fitness professional, and motivational speaker. For well over a decade, she's led philosophy courses within the university system of Georgia. Kristen leads group fitness classes in Atlanta, as well as leading one-on-one personal training sessions. She strengthens the body as well as the mind. We'll see you next time on the Squat Wisely podcast with Professor Kristen Hester.